Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the class of commerce. ISC class 12, chapter number 3, sources of finance for joint stock company. In the previous lecture, we have discussed two sources of short term finance for joint stock company. Today, we are going to complete the remaining portion, the five other sources of finance, short term finance for joint stock company. So we'll start. First one is trade credit. What is this trade credit? See students, when the credit is given by one firm to another firm, that is known as trade credit. Means goods are supplied to the buyer. Buyer here means not the consumer but the buyer of the good. This clear? Like from wholesaler to retailer, not to the final consumer. Is this clear? When the goods are given to the customer on credit, that is not a trade credit. Is this clear? Trade credit means from one firm to another firm when goods are given. Okay. It is also termed as mercantile credit. Is this clear? It's not a consumer credit. And it is also not the installment credit. Installment credit is different, which I am going to tell you. Okay, so it's a type of unsecured finance. Here no assets are pledged and goods are given on the basis of mutual understanding, and the time of credit is usually given from 15 days to 3 months. That means once the buyer of these goods gets the money, then they will repay the money to the supplier. Is this clear? So it is usually between the firms which are having good relationship, okay, or they might be having transaction from a long period of time. Okay, so funds are not given in cash here, they are given through goods. Okay, so goods are supplied, and when the person is having the amount, they repay the amount of the goods purchased. Is this clear? Now, so trade credit may be given in two forms, either in account or through bills of exchange. Okay, where the bills of exchange means either through bills of payable or through promissory note. Is this clear? So what basis it is given? It is given on the faith. It is also given on the location of the shop, the behavior, the mentality of the person who is taking the goods on credit. So for an example, there is a shop near Bada Mandir, and one shop is there in the outer area, for an example Line Par. Then a supplier will give goods on credit to whom both persons are very good. Okay, they are doing their business nicely, but supplier will prefer to give the goods on credit to those who are near the Bada Mandir. Why? Because it's a market area. Since it's a market area, so more credit worthiness or credit standing will be with the shopkeeper near Bada Mandir as compared to a shop which is in the far flung areas. Understood? Or which are in remote areas. Okay, so what are the advantages? I hope this topic is clear. Now what are the advantages? So advantages, first one is it's very simple and convenient method of raising short term finance, because it is between the two person, buyer and the supplier of the goods, having good communication or good business relation, then no formality is required. It is only oral, on the basis of oral communication and or with the reputation. No formalities, no legal formalities involved. Then interest is not payable, and securities means assets are not pledged. Very flexible source. Is this clear? And it is more economical as interest is not paid on such finance. Then what are the disadvantages? The supplier usually charge higher prices on credit sale as compared to cash sales. And if there is any bad debts, means there, since there is no security, so the amount may not recover. So that bad debts, loss of bad debts is of the supplier. Then the supplier need to have good amount of cash or working capital. That's why he can give the credit, isn't it? He can give the goods on credit, and there's a loss of cash discount to the buyer in this case. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of trade credit. Now we are moving on to the next topic, that is installment credit. So what is this installment credit? When especially fixed assets are purchased, then this installment credit is given. Now what is the procedure of giving this installment credit? For an example, you purchase a car, then the cost of the car is 10 lakh. Then to take this installment credit, what you have to do, you will pay a certain amount, fixed amount, like 2,50,000 or 3 lakh or whatever the price, and the remaining the balance will be paid in installment, which will carry interest. Is this clear? That means you will pay a sum and take the asset, and remaining amount you will pay in installment, including the interest. There one more source of installment credit, that is hire purchase. What is this hire purchase? In this, you take the asset, but the certificate of possession or the certificate of ownership remains with the company, and amount is to be paid in installment. After entire amount is paid to the company, they provide you the certificate of ownership or the document of the ownership. Is this clear? This is installment credit. Now see, these questions, these sources are usually asked for 2 marks, compulsory 2 marks in board examination. So if any doubt is there, you can ask me through WhatsApping me your doubt. Okay. Now this another important source of short-term finance, factoring or accounts receivable financing. What is this? In this system, the company pledges or sell its book debts or debtors to the financing company. Is this clear? Like I have a debtor, and that debtor is not paying me amount, and the amount is 1 lakh. So what I will do, I will sell them to a financing company. Financing company will purchase and pay me a certain amount. Usually financing companies pay 60%. So that means they will pay me 60,000 rupees finance, and the amount of 1 lakh or whatever they will recover from the debtor. Now it's their cup of tea. That means now they will deal with it. I have sold my debtors to the financing company, and financing company will recover whatever amount they can recover from the debtor. Okay, so though I am in the loss, but certain amount I will receive from the financing company. Okay, and all the cost and effort of collecting the money from the debtor becomes of that financing company whom I have sold the debtor. Is this clear? I hope this point is clear to you. Okay, but it is expensive method. Yes, it is expensive because heavy discounts are given na. Like I also generally give 60% money only. That means if the debtor is amounting 1 lakh and only 60,000 the company will get, and whatever the money recovers that will be of financing company may recover 90,000 from that debtor, entire 1 lakh. It depends on the financing company. Okay, now customer advances. This you may know, sometimes the manufacturing uh, company or the supplier of goods asks from the customer to deposit money in advance, not the entire money but a certain amount of money. Is this clear? Like this may happen to you when you are when you want any book, so you go to the bookseller says no, we don't have the book. Then he say okay, I will try. You deposit certain amount. So like if book costing rupees 500, so the shopkeeper may either ask entire 500 or he may ask 200 rupees to deposit with him, and he will then look for the book. Is this clear? I don't know in Nagina, but in Dhampur it happens. So I wanted a book which was not available, and even online it was not available. So then I asked the bookseller. Then he said I will surely arrange the book if you deposit the money now. Although if you don't deposit the money, then also I will look, but it becomes sure if you deposit the money. Okay, so this generally happens in automobiles, telephone connection. In these cases, the supplier or the manufacturer wants the customer to deposit the money in advance with the firm. Is this clear? These are especially for durable goods, like booking. Yes, correct, like booking in advance. Then the last source of short term finance, which is mentioned in your book, intercorporate deposit. What is this intercorporate deposits? See, my dear students, like there are companies. I'll take a good example. Now when there are shop, so many shops are there. For an example, your local area near Bada Mandir, there are so many shops. Now when you go to a particular shop and ask certain thing, okay, like if you ask for rice, basmati rice, dinar basmati rice, and that shopkeeper is not having that packet of rice, so he won't say that I don't have. He say okay, I'm just bringing from the go down, from my go down which is nearby. And that person goes to the nearby shop and takes that packet of rice and give it to the customer, isn't it? And later they on, they settle their account. The same way, when one firm takes or borrows fund from other company, that is termed as inter corporate deposit. Usually this is taken for a short period of time, around 6 months. Okay, is this point clear to you? and the rate of interest varies. It depends on the company to company, since they all are competing in the same market, so they usually help each other, because one or the other way they may, even bank does that. Sometimes if there is shortage of money in one bank, the one bank can borrow the money from other bank. Okay, when they need finance in a short period of time, very short period of time. So it happens one bank helps the other bank. The same way one company borrows money from the other company, that is termed as inter corporate deposit. Okay, basically this ICD is based upon the personal connection, okay, between the companies. Usually it is for the reputed companies. So these are the sources of finance for joint stock company, sources of short term finance. Okay, so we have discussed about both short term as well as long term sources of finance. Now what you have to do is you have to attempt the exercise question, and don't attempt the same kind of question. There are so many questions in the exercises, so you attempt only those questions uh, which are not of similar nature. Okay, that means some questions are repetitive, so don't attempt repetitive questions. Okay, and do the question answers in your fair copy. Okay students, then bye, take care.